Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Why I Need podcast. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you like, share, and also engage with us in the comment section. So we're talking about the resignation of the science minister in Nigeria, Minister Nnaji, over certificate forgery. And the story hasn't been a straight story so far, but it looks like the president requested that he resigned instead of firing him, and he resigned, and the news is out there. The school is saying that no actual certificate was issued to him. If the school didn't award any certificate, how was the minister able to secure a certificate? If the school didn't award a certificate, how was he able to get into the NYC, the Nigerian Youth Service Corps? This is a really interesting story, and I believe that something shady did happen. That's my opinion, but I want to know what other people out there think. What do you think about this story about the certificate forgery?
The story is not straightforward yet. The accused, Minister Nnaji, he is alleging that this is a political job by the Enugu State Governor. But Premium Times said they took their time to do this investigation, and they've been on this investigation since 2023. And they finally concluded the investigation. They did some forensic audits. He checked his certificate, the one he has from the UNN, with other people that graduated the same year. Totally different design. In fact, the NYC certificate that he obtained in 1986, completely different from other people's. So this is a complicated matter. The truth is between him and God, between him, God, and the institution. But one thing I would like to do is to applaud him for resigning, because Nigerian politicians are not known to resign from their positions. No matter how bad the situation is, they always look for a way to turn it to something good. But in his case, he resigned, maybe due to the fact that he really did not have a choice. Maybe the president would have fired him. But he resigned and left and said he did not want to damage the administration. That is actually a good precedent that he set. Maybe moving forward, people will take in his footsteps. And then when they are found wanting in corrupt practices, in perjury, in things like this, maybe they will do the honorable thing to say, you know what, let me step away from whatever position I'm holding, so that the investigation can be carried out, so that they do not have to interfere with the investigation. But as far as this issue of certificates forgery goes, I'm not saying he did it. I'm not saying he did not do it. We know how Nigeria can be sometimes. So the truth is ultimately between him, the institution, UNN, and then God.
So, are you saying that UNN colluded with the political rival of the minister to come against him? It's okay for him to resign, and Atiku Abubakar was saying that he should have been fired. I mean, he is not the only person in Nigerian politics to be accused of certificate forgery. Even the president was accused of forging certificate during the 2023 presidential elections. A lot of people did their research, and the research showed that the president didn't get that certificate from the University of Chicago. By the end of the day, Nigerian people still supported him. They voted for him, and the issue just died down. No one was held accountable, and the president didn't have to do much to defend himself on the court. So I'm sure he's not going to be the first person, and he's not going to be the last person. So this is a systemic issue. As long as you have money, you can get whatever certificate you want. They call it Oluwole. So you can always get whatever certificate you want, as long as you have the resources, people that can make it happen. So this is not new, but it's just unfortunate that he had to lose his job. Yeah, maybe the president asking him to resign was a little bit hypocritical. The president could have dropped out during the 2023 election because there was some accusations of forgery on his path, but it didn't. So don't you think the president should have left them and let the issue die its natural death?
No, I don't think so. I think he did the right thing. If he hadn't done the right, if he hadn't resigned, although Nigeria, one of our episodes that I made mention that Nigerians will have a very short, memory span. Give it 2 weeks, nobody will remember this again. So, but I think he did the right thing. In fact, he's setting a precedent that in the future, if anybody is found wanting for things like this or otherwise, or maybe for corrupt practices, the honorable thing to do is to resign. I think he did the right thing, but many people are calling for him to be prosecuted. I think that is where I would draw the line, because a lot of people that have engaged in things like this were never prosecuted. Kemi Adeosun was let off the hook. Somebody pushed that, took her back to the UK where she came from. You made mention of our president. Even Buhari self was alleged to be using a NEPA certificate. A lot of our political class has been engulfed in things like this. But I think he is alleging, the Mr. Naji is alleging that this is the handwork of Enugu State Governor because he is his rival. It looks like he was planning to run for election in Enugu State under APC. And the governor of Enugu State is a PDP governor. So you can connect the dots from there. Like I said, I'm not confirming that he did it. I'm not confirming that he did not do it. The truth is ultimately between him, God, and the university. And in fact, he went on ahead to make some remarks that the current VC of UNN is a member of PDP. So you can connect the dots from there. Yeah. I mean, it's good that he resigned. If you want to pursue the case, if you want to take the case to the court so that he will have enough time moving forward, it makes sense for people to learn from this. If you are found wanting, if there is anything like accusation, if you have like a court case, if you have anything that has to do with your integrity as a person, and I think our politicians should grow past the stage where they are forced to resign. Do the right thing, step aside. In fact, even if you are not let go of your position, just step aside, just like in the case of Akpabio. Akpabio was essentially overseeing his own case. You need to step aside so that they will be able to carry out the investigation without you, the accused, interfering with the investigation. So Akpabio and co, a lot of them or the political class should learn from this. All right, thank you for your support. Let us know what you think about this situation. Did you think the guy did the right thing by resigning? Do you honestly think he graduated from the school? Because the contention is not that he did not go to the school. The contention is that he did not graduate. He had a one class left. So what do you think? Or you think this is a political job by Enugu State Governor? Let us know what you think in the comment section and we'll be happy to engage with you.